Hello, and welcome to Allegion's 2021 Indianapolis Manufacturing Day. My name is Jamie Holpuck, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today for our virtual field trip. We've got a great event planned for you today with many team members and leaders from across Allegion excited to share their experiences in the manufacturing industry with you. We hope you'll enjoy our next 90 minutes together and find the information valuable and informative. We'll have dedicated time for questions and answers towards the end of the event, but please feel free to submit your questions at any time throughout the presentation using the chat feature on the right-hand side of your Teams live screen. Let's go ahead and get started. While we aren't in person at our locations today, we do want to invite you to take a virtual tour with us, during which you'll have the opportunity to see our operations in Indiana, as well as Illinois, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Colorado, Kansas, California, and Washington. Let's take a look.
At Allegion, we believe manufacturing is both a vibrant and essential industry. With many new trends impacting what we do every day, from robotics to the Internet of Things and more, there's no doubt that the creators of tomorrow have important roles to fill in pioneering safety and security at Allegion, both now and in the future. Guided by a shared vision of seamless access and a safer world, our employees are innovators, building products and solutions that create peace of mind. As a global manufacturer with more than 30 brands in our portfolio, we invest in tools, technology, and our employees. Because of this, we have a healthy U.S. presence, where those employees build mechanical and electronic locks, emergency exit devices, door closers, steel frames, and many other security solutions that help keep people safe at work, at home, in our community, and on the move. Let's take a look at some of our essential facilities and incredible jobs. Near Seattle in Everett, Washington, Allegion's AD Systems solutions are produced in a 50,000 square foot facility. Since 2009, AD Systems has manufactured high-quality door systems for customers across healthcare, hospitality, commercial office, and education environments. Through a strong commitment to innovation and positive relationships with architects and designers, our experts in Everett quickly respond to the requests for custom work, ultimately building sliding doors and interior storefront assemblies for projects throughout the United States and abroad that can meet a variety of aesthetic, privacy, and safety needs. In fact, our AD Systems employees manufacture doors that can meet the strict health requirements of clinics and medical offices, as well as offer the energy-efficient and touch-free automated accessibility of the future. In Snoqualmie, Washington, also located near Seattle, Allegion produces technical glass products, or TGP, solutions. Since 1980, TGP has been supplying specialized glazing materials and systems for commercial and institutional buildings around the world. The brand is committed to helping solve challenges faced by architects, general contractors, and glaziers through its services and two product lines: fire-rated glass and framing, and specialty architectural glazing. You'll find these solutions at airports, schools, libraries, hospitals, and museums, among other places. TGP has exclusive agency relationships with Nippon Electric Glass, NEG, Pilkington, and RP Technic to distribute certain glass and framing product lines in North America and the Middle East. Our jobs in Snoqualmie range from assembly, with roles in fabrication, welding, and powder coating, to engineering, sales, and more. TGP solutions are additionally manufactured in Perrysburg, Ohio, where our talented experts cut and package fire-rated glass to be paired with frames built in Snoqualmie or sold separately as loose glass for other customized applications. There, our state-of-the-art facility boasts nearly 70,000 square feet of manufacturing space, with opportunities to operate robotic equipment, as well as automated machines that, on average, process sheets of glass that weigh more than 800 pounds. The Perrysburg facility has two main product lines: Pyrostop glass and Firelight glass, and the local team averages cutting more than 6,000 pieces of glass per month. Our Steelcraft brand boasts two manufacturing locations, a West Coast service and manufacturing center just east of Los Angeles in Chino, California, where we assemble and produce custom hollow metal doors and frames, and our main plant in Blue Ash, Ohio, near Cincinnati. While we proudly produce high-quality steel doors and frames at both facilities, our long-standing manufacturing history is rooted in Blue Ash. Located there for more than 75 years, a visit to our operations showcases talented employees with expertise in materials handling, welding, laser operating, and fabrication, creating doors intended to withstand fires as well as tornado and hurricane winds. Our production process starts with order entry, configuration, scheduling, and programming, and then moves to manufacturing our doors and frames from beginning to end, with finish on the paint line before shipping. From there, they go everywhere. That's right, you'll find these doors and frames around the world too, at medical centers, schools, and commercial offices. Some of our solutions can be seen in popular gathering places too, like the Superdome in New Orleans, the State Convention Center in Washington, and Iowa's State Sports Performance Center. You'll find our products at Ohio University, the University of Michigan, and the University of Kansas too. In Security, Colorado, close to Colorado Springs, we produce keys, lock cylinders, and mechanical locks, as well as high security credentials and biometric products, all for commercial buildings. We've operated there for more than 40 years, and our talented employees process over 100,000 parts per day and configure and test a wide array of high security products that are distributed to customers across the globe. The site is comprised of critical roles that include engineering, fabrication, assembly, testing, distribution, and supply chain management. Our associates use innovative tools like 3D printing, high-speed precision machining, and computer-aided design programs. We're especially proud to manufacture the Schlage brand of security solutions that provide seamless access at office buildings, universities, medical centers, and other vital places through mobile credentials. Our Olathe Operations has produced mechanical lock cylinders and keys for more than 40 years in the Johnson County area. Located just outside of Kansas City, our facility includes a nearly 300,000 square foot warehouse and employees who also work in distribution, customer care, and sales. In fact, any Schlage residential lock that you see at your local hardware store, like Lowe's or Home Depot, has been supplied through our Olathe Operations. That means if you live in the United States and have a Schlage door lock on your home, it passed through our facility here. We fulfill approximately 300 orders per day and ship nearly $1 million worth of product daily from this facility. With core competencies in assembly as well as shipping and receiving, there are many incredible opportunities to play a role in delivering Allegion's vision of seamless access and a safer world. Allegion also has a strong legacy in Illinois, where we have manufactured LCN door closers at our Princeton facility on Railroad Avenue for more than 70 years. Here we've invested in state-of-the-art equipment, from CNC machines that can be programmed to run multiple processes for manufacturing multiple product lines at the same time, to cobots that work next to our people in an assembly line, driving extra flexibility and efficiency. Using this equipment requires problem solving and troubleshooting, programming, digitization, and automation skills. You'll also find lab technicians that specialize in product testing, tool makers, and maintenance teams, all of whom play a vital role in taking our security solutions from start to finish. LCN products can be found in many high-traffic facilities such as schools, hospitals, government and correctional buildings around the world. Our creators produce 35 different series of closures and door hardware to choose from, products that have 15 to 20 years of operating life. Our Republic brand proudly operates in McKenzie, Tennessee, sitting in the northwest region of the state at the tri-point of Carroll, Henry, and Weakley counties. We've built high-quality hollow metal doors and frames there for more than 40 years, and today our talented creators produce 300,000 frames and 80,000 doors annually. You'll see our solutions everywhere from national museums in Washington, D.C. to corporate data centers on the West Coast. Our people specialize in customizing products to meet customers' exact needs. For instance, our talented employees grind down metal to prepare for a seamless door edge application, many times required for schools, hospitals, and commercial kitchens. And while our employees focus on customer needs, they've also innovated many of the ways we work to improve safety, ergonomics, quality, and efficiency. Because of that, you'll see automated processes and conveyors in McKenzie that transfer our doors and frames through different phases of production. But our people make the difference, running control stations, cutting and forming systems, paint lines, and commercial drying ovens, among other important equipment. And because we work with steel, precision welding drives our solutions to be strong and durable for years of continuous service. Yet another Allegion facility, located in Irving, Texas, features state-of-the-art custom manufacturing for our Republic hollow metal doors and frames. There, our experts use laser technology to make high-precision cuts of metal sheets that provide speed and flexibility, as well as minimal waste and greater efficiency for projects. Our operators additionally use brake presses to safely and accurately form frames, welding stations to match specific order requirements, and paint stations to put on the finishing touches. Unique skills utilized throughout these production processes highlight the level of talent our experts possess and that are needed in today's modern world of manufacturing. Rounding out our U.S. manufacturing footprint, we have 2 production facilities in Indianapolis, Indiana, located right down the street from each other. Operating on Toby Drive for more than 30 years and in the state for more than 100 years, we build Duprin and Falcon exit devices, as well as Glynn-Johnson, Ives and Zero International door hardware there. We're known for inventing the emergency exit device, as well as all of the customization we can provide for those life-saving devices today, which you'll see in nearly every public building, be it a government facility, a grocery store, a restaurant, a movie theater, a place of worship, a university, or otherwise. In fact, we produce more than 100,000 unique configurations in an average year. On any given day, we fulfill around 700 orders, requiring a cross-trained and flexible workforce with competencies in stamping, CNC machining, powder coating, plating, laser cutting, and etching. Our main line has a state-of-the-art vision system with 3D work instructions. It's so sophisticated that it detects errors and stops the line if a device is not built exactly as ordered. Our people play a critical role, through problem solving, in keeping our customers safe whenever and wherever our solutions are used. There's no doubt that Allegion employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe. The manufacturing jobs found at our U.S. and global sites today are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and problem solving. From assembly, engineering, IT, materials management, distribution and logistics, robotics, environmental, health and safety, tool making, and more, the career paths are vibrant and valuable at Allegion, and our work has never been more important.
Good morning. My name is Ken Quintelli. I'm the plant manager here at the Allegion Indianapolis Operations. On behalf of our over 700 team members, I'd like to welcome you to our virtual manufacturing day. At IndiOps, we manufacture emergency exit devices and accessories in 2 manufacturing sites. We've been designing and manufacturing safety and security products in Indianapolis since 1903. Our company was founded on safety when Carl Prinzler and Henry DuPont invented the first exit device in response to a tragic fire at the Iroquois Theater in Chicago, Illinois, that took the lives of 602 people. And today, safety remains our top priority. We hold a Manufacturing Day event in October every year to showcase the amazing opportunities in manufacturing. Our goal today is to inspire you to pursue a career in manufacturing where there are many vibrant and valuable jobs. Allegion has 30 global brands. We manufacture many solutions in the U.S. that aim to make security more convenient and keep people and their property safe. This includes a wide range of products and applications, including the emergency exit devices and door hardware that we manufacture right here in Indianapolis under the brands of Duprin, Falcon, Glynn-Johnson, Ives, and Zero. Allegion's a global company, and all of us are connected by a shared vision and purpose. Our vision is seamless access and a safer world. Our purpose is to create peace of mind by pioneering safety and security. Allegion has a unique culture that reflects our shared values. At Allegion, we embrace our be safe, be healthy value. This has resulted in a safety incident rate that is 88% below the 2019 U.S. industry average. We also believe that every voice matters, no matter how your role in the company or your length of service here. We invest in Gallup's engagement program, regularly sampling our employee feedback and acting upon it. Throughout U.S. history, manufacturers have lifted us from the disarray of wars and the despair of economic recessions. Now with COVID-19, manufacturers have mobilized to meet the greatest public health and economic threat of our time. Being deemed an essential business, Indy Operations has continued operating while protecting our employees and keeping them safe throughout the COVID pandemic. At Allegion, manufacturing jobs are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and innovation. We want your hearts and minds, in addition to your hands and time. Allegion believes that tools and technological investments are essential elements of being able to provide customers with higher quality and shorter delivery lead times. Today, many technologies and trends are impacting manufacturing, like robotics, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. More than 12.3 million people are employed in manufacturing in the US today. These millions of people are conceiving life-changing ideas and making a difference in improving the lives of others through manufacturing. Equity, inclusion, and diversity initiatives are having a positive effect at manufacturers, including Allegion. Manufacturing drives growth in our economy. For every $1 spent in manufacturing, we generate another $2.74 in other sectors. Manufacturing is vital to the US economy, but it's at a crossroads. We're facing a skills gap, where 80% of manufacturers report that there is a shortage of qualified applicants for open positions. This skills gap is linked to the lack of STEM skills among workers and fueled by a decline of technical education programs in high schools, as well as a lack of interest in the manufacturing industry by today's youth. And due to that skills gap, it's now expected there could be as many as 2.1 million unfilled positions in manufacturing over the next decade. About 1.4 US manufacturing jobs were lost during the early days of the COVID pandemic, setting back the manufacturing labor force by more than a decade. However, the industry has largely recovered from those lost jobs and is now urgently seeking more workers. There are incredible jobs in manufacturing in a variety of areas, from production to distribution to engineering to environmental health and safety. If you talk to our employees, many of them have worked in a number of roles during their careers and developed a variety of skills. Tools and investments are essential elements of being able to provide our customers with shorter delivery cycle times and superior quality. It's imperative to have employees who have the desire and the capability to run, manage, and maintain such investments. Allegion is ready to hire and invest in young people that want to build a career in manufacturing. Allegion offers internships, skilled trade apprenticeships, and tuition reimbursement opportunities. Now I would like to introduce you to our amazing human resources team who will walk you through the next series of slides. Monica Brown and Jared Johnson are our local HR business partners at the Indianapolis Operations. Take it away, Monica.
Thank you, Ken. Now, some of our additional HR leaders would like to tell you a little bit more about many valuable opportunities for growth in our apprenticeship programs that are currently available here at Allegion. Let's see what they have to say.
At Allegion, we currently have 7 apprenticeship programs at multiple facilities. Some examples of the programs we offer include industrial maintenance technician, industrial manufacturing technician, tool and die maker, and CNC machinist. Employees receive a formal certification at the conclusion of the coursework and on-the-job training. Some of the programs also include a Department of Labor journeyman's certification.
So in Indianapolis, I'm very excited about the program. We're actually just getting it off the ground. We're really focused on our CNC apprentices, where in Princeton, Illinois, we have more of an established program. We have over 20 apprentices in CNC, maintenance, and our tool and die programs. These programs are 3 to 4 years, and it requires 144 hours of online coursework, which equates to about 3 hours of work where individuals might come off the floor and take some online coursework while completing the program. It's also 2,000 hours a year of on-the-job training, where employees get to partner with a junior worker or a mentor to develop the skills that they need on the job.
We have industrial manufacturing, maintenance, machining, and CNC programming. The industrial manufacturing program is an 18-month program. The CNC programming and the maintenance and machining programs are all 4-year programs. Employees who participate are eligible to receive college credit that goes towards an associate's degree.
We currently will have our current employees as participants in our program.
We have men, we have women, those right out of school looking to advance their skill set, and then also those that have been with the company for over 20 years. So really it's a diverse group of people looking to expand their skills.
We're expanding our apprenticeship programs at Allegion to build a pipeline of skilled workers, to gain workers with skills that are customized to the specific needs of the business. These programs help retain employees by investing in them. And a recent Deloitte study on manufacturing reveals that 3.5 million manufacturing jobs will need to be filled over the next decade.
Apprenticeship programs are important because it gives the opportunity for employees to keep learning. Our apprentices will have the opportunity to learn on the job, not only hands-on learning as well as the educational online piece, but getting paid to learn.
These apprenticeship programs provide career and growth opportunities for our employees. Employees want to be challenged and they want to have an opportunity to grow their career. And these apprentice programs provide individuals a way to further develop a skill set that's very much in demand, which ultimately results in higher wages for our employees.
I believe that it's important for Allegion to expand its participation in apprenticeship programs. Oftentimes people will start in a manufacturing role not really even having an idea of what it's like to work in a manufacturing environment or where their path can take them when they are in manufacturing. And apprenticeships just opens up the door for them in so many areas where they are provided solid training on the job, as well as some background in understanding the business, understanding how their job impacts the manufacturing line.
Today in manufacturing, the skills that are critical for our employees would be attention to detail, critical thinking, good communication, interest and aptitude for technology, dependability, ability to be cross-trained, and a great work ethic.
The types of skills that are required in manufacturing today not only pertain to the job that they're doing, say, whether it be welding or powder coating or machining, but we also look for people that can work well with one another. The teamwork aspect of their job is so important.
We're looking for someone that's eager to learn, someone that's a team player, people that are looking for a challenge, someone that likes to work on a variety of projects or jobs and really likes to problem solve. And people that can look at a program, a system, or process and say, hey, I can do that better.
Not only does it give our employees the opportunity to continue learning and learning new skills, capabilities, but it also does ensure that we are on the front end of the manufacturing skills gap.
I know with Allegion, we do highly encourage people to pursue their educational degrees, and so the apprenticeship program gets them one step closer to having a degree, as well as giving them that footing in terms of getting career promotion and growth.
Apprenticeship programs help employers recruit and develop a highly skilled workforce that contribute directly to the productivity and profitability of the business. In addition, investing in our employees has always been a priority at Allegion. Apprenticeship programs provide a pathway for employees to upskill and reskill, ultimately advancing in their careers and addressing the skills gap our industry is facing.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jared Johnson. I'm the HR manager for our India Operations, and I really hope you enjoyed learning more about the opportunities that we have to grow your career at Allegion. If you were here with us today, you'd have the opportunity to hear from some of our employees and hear their opinions on manufacturing, as well as the opportunities that they've had to grow their own careers at Allegion. Let's take a look.
If you like to make a difference in the community, making the world a safer place, people's homes, schools, hospitals, other institutions, educational institutions, to make them a safer place for our people out in the world, then Allegion is the place to work.
Not only is it a good place to work, you got good friendly people to work with, and it's also a stepping stone for opportunities to grow in the company.
What makes me come to work every day is the people that I work with. I enjoy the people that I interact with on a daily basis. It just makes my job a lot easier.
I've never been at a job with the people in the area wanted to help the other people, newer hires, new employees as much as here.
So there's a lot of mentorship that goes on here.
The training was very hands-on, which I appreciate that a lot.
One thing I love the most about my job here is how much I am out on the floor and interacting with the people. They're the experts, and that's who I'm learning everything from.
I think what I'm proudest of working here at Steelcraft is just the relationships.
What makes me proudest about the work I do is the people. If we don't have the people, we can't make the safe products, the quality products that we do today.
When I found out these doors are going to hospitals and schools and, protecting kids, that made me take a lot more, pride in my job.
It feels good that knowing that we're going to give people, that sense of security and a peace of mind.
I chose Allegion because of the values.
With all the Allegion core values, it really is not limited to just how you are as an employee, but you can take all of those core values with you outside of these walls and apply it to your life, which is huge.
So we encourage our new team members all the time when they come in the doors to demonstrate those values and be curious beyond the obvious. Have a passion for excellence. Don't be afraid to speak up. I don't care if it's day one.
One of our values is this is your business, run with it. So if you have an idea, you can make that happen and grow.
I feel there's a lot of opportunities, especially with Allegion. They definitely show that they're interested in internal movement, advancement within the company.
At Allegion, I feel like everybody is committed to my development, the team's development, and just pursuing improvement every single day.
There's chances to go to college with tuition reimbursement as well.
So anyone that's interested in the challenge, anyone that wants to be able to make a difference somewhere, give some input and actually make a difference, I think Allegion's a good company to work for.
Hard work gets recognized. I've learned a lot here. I've went from a sheet of metal all the way to loading a door to go to the warehouse. So I've done a lot, I've learned a lot, and I think it's a great trade to be into because you can learn so much from what you're doing here.
My piece of advice would be learn, glean what you can from the person next to you, from the leaders, from the trainings that you're in.
Everything's going up more technologically, and I only expect it to keep going up.
I think the advancement in technologies at our plant in the last 10 years has been significant.
We're bringing in CNC equipment, robotics that allow those operators to kind of operate hands off for a little more technical role.
and get to see that they're really doing a good job and doing it safely.
Day in, day out, the technology is improving every day.
I would describe the future of manufacturing as inspirational.
It's definitely challenging. So those who, enjoy that, get a kick out of, fixing things, it's definitely a good industry for them.
Exciting. There's always change. There's always new technology. There's always new challenges. It never gets boring.
I would say ever changing.
I would choose the word evolving.
Growth. Always growing, always on the move.
Progressive.
Innovation.
Satisfying.
So automation is definitely the future of manufacturing.
In my experience, I would say a journey. The reason why I say a journey is because in a journey, you know where you're going, but you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what you're going to experience. And during a journey, you learn about so much because you're seeing things for the first time or seeing new things. That's kind of how I've looked at my career here, is that I kind of, once I got into the manufacturing, I knew where I was going, but I didn't know what I was going to see. I didn't know what I was going to experience. And almost on a daily, weekly basis, I'm seeing things for the first time or seeing new things, how to process things in a different way.
Because I think manufacturing is a really good opportunity and a good place to work.
So I would encourage anyone to pursue a career at Allegion.
I'm so proud and inspired by the employees who took the time to share their thoughts on their manufacturing careers. It's an industry that's so vibrant, it's hard to sum up all of the opportunities in one word or phrase. I'm also extremely proud of the next group of employees you are getting ready to hear from. They'll share personal stories about their manufacturing journey with you today. Just a few short weeks ago, we gathered 6 employees, each from a different one of our facilities, online for a virtual discussion on their manufacturing careers. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Allegion's 2021 Manufacturing Day event. My name is Jamie, and I am one of Allegion's communications managers. We are so excited to have each of you with us virtually today, and I'm even more excited for the opportunity to introduce you to a few of Allegion's employees from some of our U.S. manufacturing facilities. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kick us off with some introductions. So panelists, I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to take a minute to share with us your name, your location, your role, and how long you've been with Allegion. So David, I'm going to kick it over to you first.
My name's David Tolentino. I've been with Allegion for 6 years. I'm from the California Chino facility, and my role is inventory specialist.
Thank you, David. Christine, how about you?
Hi, I'm Christine Halvis. I'm out of the Colorado Springs facility. I've been with Allegion for 5 years and I'm a frontline leader.
Thank you, Christine. Jason?
Kia ora, g'day. Hello, my name is Jason. I am from the McKinsey, Tennessee plant, and my role, I guess you would call it material specialist utility.
Thank you, Jason. Taviana, how about you?
So my name is Taviana Tyson, and I'm at the Olathe, Kansas facility, and I'm a material specialist.
Hi, Taviana. Sean, how about you?
My name is Sean Bilkey Smith. I've been with Allegion for about 2.5 years out of the Snoqualmie, Washington facility, and I'm a CNC machinist.
Thanks, Sean. Okay, Brandy.
Hello, my name is Brandy Smith. I'm at the Everett AD Systems facility, and I've been with Allegion for 3 years, as of this month, actually, and I'm in production control.
Thank you, Brandy. And thank you all so much for taking the time to share your experiences with us today. I want to start off by asking, oftentimes or sometimes, a lot of our employees don't necessarily expect to pursue a career in manufacturing. So I'm going to start with Sean on this one. Did you expect to pursue a career in manufacturing? And if not, why? And how did you find your start? And so more specifically, how did you find Allegion?
So no, I did not expect to get into manufacturing. My friend's dad worked in manufacturing and was an owner of a shop. And so that's where I got my first machining job. And I found out that I really liked working with my hands, that I didn't have to sit at a desk basically. And after a few shops here and there, I met one of my coworkers who ended up joining Allegion, and he told me about it, said it was a great opportunity, and said that I should apply. And so then I applied and got a job.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. David, did you have a similar experience, or how was your journey to finding manufacturing?
Well, my first choice was not manufacturing. I didn't even know it was actually a choice. I just happened to know somebody at a manufacturing facility previous to Allegion, and I fell in love with the welding, with the whole machining. That's where I started. I applied for a temp agency, which transferred me to Allegion, and trying to get out of the graveyard shift where I was before. And it just worked out. I've been here for 6 years, 5 years on the production line, and I just moved up into the office. And yeah, that's how I got to Allegion, and couldn't be happier.
Wow, it's really cool to hear about your growth throughout the manufacturing organization as well. Yeah. Brandy, how's your career path been in finding manufacturing?
I worked in a lot of different industries, restaurant, bartending, and moved into industrial construction, and found out I had a kind of a niche for ERP systems. And so after moving to Washington State, I applied for an order entry / admin position at AD. Since then, I've managed to get into production scheduling and then into production control, and really enjoy the ERP system implementations and process improvements.
Thank you so much for sharing. And that's a great lead in to our next question, which really shows that there are such a variety of different jobs within our manufacturing facilities, from the line to ERP systems. We have people putting things together. We have people running machines. We even have jobs people might not think about, like our ERP systems or robot operators, material schedulers, even customer service and enterprise excellence. So Christine, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your role and how it's critical to our manufacturing operations?
So my role as a frontline leader, on the production floor, I'm responsible for making sure our lines are running efficiently, and this is through a lot of strategic planning, different processes, and definitely the support from the team. And it's critical to our operations because we're the final lock assembly. We're the last ones to see the locks before they go out to our customers. So product quality is our top priority, and this definitely helps towards the safety and satisfaction of our customers.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Sean, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your role?
Yeah, so everything begins with our department machining. We make the frames and windows, and we have to put the hardware procedures in, so all the holes, notches, and basically all that. And without any of that, you can't put the door together because there's no place for the hardware to go. So it all starts with us.
Great point. I know all of your roles are extremely critical to our manufacturing operations, but I'm going to last call on Jason to tell us a little bit more about his role and how it's critical to manufacturing.
Yeah, so I'm basically a utility in the warehouse here in Mackenzie, and my role essentially covers about 6 positions. I'm there to cover people when they are on vacation, if they're sick, or if they get called away from work urgently. I deal predominantly with all the finished goods that come out of pick and pack, and I set them up in the warehouse into day lanes and so forth, so on and so forth. I load out the less than truckload loads. That's the small 1-2 pieces here, not the bulk pull loads. I also set up the bulk pull loads, and I make sure everything is available and right there when someone needs it. So if anyone comes back to the warehouse to do another quality check, or if they need to add some parts to frames or doors that we have and need to take them back, I know exactly where they are. They just have to come and see me. So I control the organisation back at the finished area of the warehouse right before we load it on the truck, which is the last step in the process. So if I miss something, it's not a good thing.
Fascinating. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing about that. It was really interesting to hear about the beginning of the process with machining and the end of the process as well. Thank you guys. So a unique benefit that Allegion offers is actually tuition reimbursement. At Allegion, we'll actually pay up to $8,000 a calendar year for you to go back to school. So David, I think this is an experience you can speak to. Have you currently used this tuition reimbursement, or and if so, has that helped you to pursue your professional goals, and how do you expect that to impact your career in manufacturing?
Yes, I have. I've actually used it for about 3 years now. It helped me get my my business administration degree, so it has helped me tremendously. Just not knowing I don't have to pay it out of my own pocket. That Allegion cares enough to help us out to grow as well. And with my degree, I've actually stepped into the office as an inventory specialist, which, you know, I do all the inventory stuff. I make sure everything's accounted for budget wise, stuff like that. So which my long-term career here at Allegion that I want to get to is moving up into management. So hopefully, you know, as I keep going, I may be able to do that by going even further using the tuition reimbursement and going further into my schooling.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's really cool to hear about all the opportunities for growth within Allegion and those that have taken advantage of this benefit. I know individuals personally that have taken advantage of this benefit all across the organization. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. So I know me personally, I can find so many ways that working at Allegion makes me proud. But Christine, do you want to share some ways that Allegion makes you the proudest and your work at Allegion makes you proud?
Honestly, it's really moments like when I'm out and about, I'm at the store, I could be at a doctor's appointment, on a military base, my kids' school, other people's homes, and then you see that they have Schlage locks installed. And, you know, I just think about that impact, and it may be just a lock to some, you know, just a means of access, but it's security. And to know that I'm a part of helping towards someone's safety is rewarding.
Absolutely, well said. Taviana, do you want to add to that? What about working at Allegion makes you proudest?
What makes me the proudest is the knowledge that you get when you're learning about these different locks. I just feel like you benefit so well, and when someone is actually having a problem with their lock, you're able to fix it. You're able to know, oh, I know what's wrong with this. I can help them.
Great point. Jason, what makes you proudest?
The fact that they've given me multiple roles to do, it just expands my knowledge of the business so much that, you know, I mean, before I used to look at it as a door, it's just a door. Now I sort of know how the ins and the outs work of it. You know, I can actually walk up to doors and around the place and say, oh yeah, that's an Allegion door, just by the shape of it. So I'm thankful for the teaching that they gave me, and the fact that they put all their faith in me and let me go where I could go with it.
Thank you so much. All right, well, we've had the opportunity to hear a little bit more about each of your manufacturing careers today. So I'm interested to hear, what piece of advice would you give to someone considering their own manufacturing career? Brandy, do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Ask questions. Yeah, it's the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you gain, and the further you can really expand what you're doing within the company, not just in manufacturing, but up through the management levels and into the now like implementations with other facilities. So ask questions.
Great piece of advice. Taviana, what piece of advice would you give to someone?
A piece of advice I would give someone is to apply yourself. If you apply yourself to your job, you will become more advanced and you will gain so much more experience, and you can pass along to people before that. And I'd say like this would be a good opportunity to grow through a company and just experience more of that.
It's a great piece of advice as well. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to ask each of you to answer this final question for us today. So to summarize, if you could describe today's manufacturing careers or even your own manufacturing career in one word or phrase, what would it be? And David, I'm going to ask you to go first.
I would say variety. Nobody knows this, but manufacturing is such a broad thing, and you know, from being on the line, from management, you have those people, accounting, programming, engineering, so variety for sure.
Variety is a great one. Christine, what would you say?
I would say evolving. There's always so many opportunities out there and just different ways to create yourself as a better asset to the company.
I like it. Jason, what's your word or phrase?
I would say it's really one of the only certainties in a facing uncertain future of this world. Got to have the manufacturing. It's always going to be there. Can't live without it.
Great point. Taviana, what's your word or phrase?
We'll say possibilities. There's so many more things that you can learn from this company, and as you can see, you can grow a lot more than you know.
Love that. Sean, what was yours be?
I would say it'd be exciting. You get to work with tools and materials that most people have never heard of or don't even really know about, and the technology is ever changing, and it's always exciting.
Great. Brandy, round us out. What would be your one word or phrase?
Adaptable.
Why would you say adaptable?
We are challenged quite often just within our fabrications that we get and requests from customers, but also, you know, like with 2021 and adapting to doing things differently. And a lot of people in the organization are very adaptable to what we need to do to get our jobs done.
I think that's a great one, and I think we can all relate to the need to adapt, and we've all been doing a lot of that lately. So great point. Thank you guys so much. And truly just want to thank each of you for so much for taking the time to share your valuable insights and experiences with all of us today, and especially the students who are listening today. We truly appreciate all of the essential work that you do to support our manufacturing operations. So again, just thank you all so much for your time today.
The employees you just heard from really showcase the broad variety of experiences available in our field. But now I have the opportunity to introduce you to yet another Allegion team member who's had many valuable experiences in manufacturing. In fact, she oversees Allegion's 30+ manufacturing operations across the globe. I could share a lot about Cindy's leadership, her career achievements, and even a personal story or two about how she's supported me in my career development. But I know she's here today because she wants to share her own real-life story and the value and opportunities in manufacturing. Cindy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jared, for the very nice introduction. And hi, everyone. It's just great to get to join you and talk about a topic that I am so passionate about, and that's manufacturing. I truly hope that what you've heard so far and what you'll continue to hear has inspired you to consider this field. After listening to the panel discussion we just heard, I want to start by answering the question about what one word or phrase signifies manufacturing for me. And for me, it's actually two words. It would be my life. I would also mention, like Nick said in the Employee Voices video, that it has just truly been an amazing journey, and one that I really never could have predicted how it would progress. When I was where you're at. I've been in the manufacturing industry for 35 years now, and it's truly been the centerpiece of my life, both from a career standpoint, but also from a personal and financial standpoint. Like several of our panelists, I funded my college education through opportunities presented to me through manufacturing. More than that, though, I purchased a home, raised 4 daughters, and put all of them through college, traveled the world many times over. I spent 6 years working in a foreign country. I kept up with technology. I've made many, many lifelong friends. I've learned and continue to learn a ton, and I've just lived my life, thanks to the opportunities a career in manufacturing afforded. And I've never stopped learning, and the journey is continuing. So let me just take a minute and kind of reflect back on, where did I begin? Why did I choose manufacturing? And by the way, I graduated from a high school right down the street, Anderson High School. So I'm an Indiana girl. And at the time I graduated from high school, the economy was in the middle of a really tough recession, and jobs were really hard to come by. I remember in Anderson, when I was getting ready to graduate from high school, there just weren't jobs. And I remember they opened this donut place that was hiring 12 people. 400 people lined up to apply for 12 jobs at a donut shop. That's what it was like. So the landscape for me was selecting a career path that was interesting and inspiring, but also that presented long-term career opportunity and security. And, I knew, like Nick or Jason, I think, said in the video, manufacturing, it's going to be here. It's not going anywhere. And so I ended up attending Purdue University, studied industrial engineering, earned a degree in industrial engineering. While I was in college, I worked as a co-op student for General Motors in Anderson. And then after graduation, I went on to work full-time for General Motors in Kokomo as an industrial engineer. And back then, when I started, just out of college, I was spent all my days on the floor, basically setting up assembly lines for automotive electronics. I designed material handling systems, and I was responsible for getting these installed and debugged. It was really a lot of fun to see my creations on the factory floor. Interestingly, the GM plant that I started working in Kokomo, Indiana, is one of the automotive plants you might have heard about early last year during the COVID activity that was enlisted by President Trump to make ventilators when they were in short demand. And I was really proud to see that effort, and such a testimonial of how important manufacturing is to the US, like Ken said. Throughout my career, I moved between different roles in manufacturing. And like some of you have heard about today, there's all different aspects. When you say manufacturing, it's an umbrella of a lot of areas opportunities. So this has allowed me to learn a number of skills early in my career that I've been able to build on as I've progressed. After I worked about 5 years out of college, I made a decision. I went back to Purdue and I got my master's degree, also in engineering. And similar to the great tuition program we have here at Allegion. I took advantage of General Motors tuition reimbursement program, and I just can't stress what a great benefit the tuition reimbursement is. And as a mother of 4 daughters going through college, not having to have the college loans and being able to leverage the tuition reimbursement, it's really important. And it's also just such a great investment to grow your education. I just can't stress that enough. A major milestone for me along the way, I was probably in my early 30s, was a job I took as a plant manager for General Motors in Reynosa, Mexico, and was going to go down there for 3 years, ended up staying 6. And during my 6 years there, I went on to be the overall leader of 4 plants and about 4,000 employees. I was the only U.S. woman at least in the GM and Delphi plants there at the time. It was a huge learning experience for me, and it was really a great adventure, I'll say, for my family. Eventually, I decided to make a move from the automotive world to Ingersoll Rand. Ingersoll Rand was the predecessor to Allegion. And while I was a little bit nervous about moving to a new company after so much time in the automotive industry, I quickly found that the manufacturing and leadership skills that I had learned there were directly applicable to, in this case, Allegion. So since I've been at Allegion, I've led the quality organization, I've led operations, I led the purchasing organization, and now I have the wonderful responsibility for the global operations and supply chain. And if you listen to the news, the supply chain is extremely dynamic right now. So my more recent roles have been very global in nature, which has led to significant travel. In 2020, we didn't really travel too much because of the pandemic, but prior to that, in 2019, I traveled to Asia, Europe, and Mexico each at least 4 times, and also to Australia once. I've worked with so many wonderful people, and with them helped to make a difference for customers and employees and even the communities that we do business in. When I was in your position, deciding what I was going to study, where I was going to go to school, and I just had no vision at all of the journey that I've had and the experiences that I've lived. So as I've said, my phrase for manufacturing is my life. Manufacturing has been my life, and it has given me a great life. Just really wonderful experiences and people along the way. Let me close by saying, and I just kind of reiterate some of what Ken said, manufacturing is important, it's rewarding, and it's a great field. And employees of all skill sets are in high demand, as you probably know. They were when I was your age, even when the economy was in a recession, and they are now. And we need you. We want you. Manufacturing in the U.S. is critical to the U.S. economy. It's critical to the U.S. security. That being said, we live in a global economy now. So many roles today in manufacturing have some global aspect. Manufacturing is on the forefront of technology, and continuing to learn and develop skills, it's a must. Manufacturing jobs pay well, generally well above many other sectors, and this will likely continue as skills continue to be in strong demand. Finally, I would say manufacturing, it's a broad and exciting field with many different paths that you can pursue. And mine is just one example. So I think that's what I had for today. And I guess with that, Jamie, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much for sharing your inspirational words today and for joining us to share your experiences in manufacturing. We really appreciate it. And now we have time for some Q&A. So if you haven't already, if you want to submit questions, please feel free to do that in the live Q&A chat. We do have a few already submitted that we'd love to go ahead and answer. So this first one, actually, Cindy, I think would be great for you to kick us off, and then I might come to each of you to share your responses. And it's asking, what's one piece of advice that you would give to students today or someone who is looking to join the manufacturing industry? So Cindy, if you could maybe boil down all of those great remarks that you just shared into one piece of advice, what would that be?
Yep. I'm glad you asked me that question. My advice would be to follow the same advice that I followed myself. And that is when you decide what career you want to go into, life is long and you're going to be doing things for a long time. So it's short, but it's long. And select something that is inspiring to you, that keeps your blood flowing, that is exciting and interesting, and that you can grow and develop in. But in addition to that, select something that will give you a good paycheck and give you job security, because those things are important also. And I would just say manufacturing, like it's been said a lot of times, it's here to stay. The jobs pay well. There's a lot of dimensions versus other career modes that are very, very specific. And we can have different personalities and different things that jazz you, and all people can find something that they can get passionate about, I would say, in manufacturing. So yeah, that would be my advice.
And that's great advice. Thanks, Cindy. Ken, I think I'll come to you next. What's your piece of advice that you'd share with students today?
Yeah, very similar to Cindy, but I would bolt onto that to challenge yourself. Take yourself out of your comfort zone. Try something different. If you think you can, and go for it. Which goes right along with all of the variety of opportunities that we have today in manufacturing. If you decide, hey, I want to go into manufacturing, there are so many other avenues that you can see out there and opportunities to broaden your horizon and create a career here that, to Cindy's point, you'll be excited to come to work every day.
Great addition. Thank you, Ken. Jared, what piece of advice would you add for students considering a job in the manufacturing industry?
Sure. I would say be curious and be eager to learn. I think being a team player is something that's definitely key in manufacturing. Stay focused, work hard, ask a lot of questions. I remember thinking back, and I always thought that I had to have all the answers, and that's not the case. There's just too much to know, right? So it's okay to ask for questions. It's okay to ask for help. If you see something that interests you, go learn more about it. If you see somebody doing a job that's very interesting to you, ask them how they did it, or what are some advice or suggestions that they have for you to be successful in that role.
Another great piece of advice. Always important to continue learning. And Monica, round us out. What's your one piece of advice that you give to the students?
Yes, so mine is actually very similar to what Ken mentioned, and that's to challenge yourself to learn and truly enjoy learning. When I joined the HR team here out at the manufacturing plant, I did not have any manufacturing experience, and I've truly enjoyed, everything I've learned. There's so many different things you can learn that you can apply to other areas of your life, and learning the ability to problem solve and make improvements for any type of issue, whether it's in manufacturing or in other pieces of your life, it's a skill you certainly want to have.
Great advice as well. Thanks, Monica. The next question we have here, Cindy, I think I'll come to you first for this one as well. I'm sure it's going to be hard to boil down to just one, but what is one of your fondest memories from the manufacturing floor?
So you're right, Jamie. There's no way I can boil that down to one. It's 35 years in manufacturing. There's so many, but I would say what it's not like, oh, we won this award or this, this big, contract we got. It's all the day-to-day, the people things, the things that go on behind the scenes, the baby showers, the just finding out about someone's kids, the pranks, a lot of pranks, just the fun stuff, the bringing in. I remember when I was in Mexico, we brought in TVs for the World Cup and stopped production for whatever time it took to let everybody everybody wore their different team shirts in, and it's those kind of things. When you're in the working, kind of the working world, right? Full time, the folks you work with, they're your family. And so it's all those things, just, you know, your work family. It's just getting to know people and just enjoying each other and sharing successes. And I'll tell you, in manufacturing, someone told me this early on, in manufacturing, you'll have your highest highs and your lowest lows, because there are tough days. I mean, the supply chain that we're dealing with now is quite stressful, but that's fun. You know, who wants to just be kind of like, all the time? It's you have the funnest fun, you know, the best wins, and you know, they help overcome the challenges.
Really well said. Thanks for sharing those memories. Ken, maybe you could share one of your fondest memories from the manufacturing floor as well.
Yeah, Cindy is spot on. So I've had a rather lengthy career in manufacturing, and I've been blessed to get a lot of different opportunities. But I think back to 4 plant startups that I was able to lead. And my first one at the age of 28 years old, it was a 50-person plant. It was in Kansas City, Kansas. And like Cindy said, we were like family there. I participated in all the hiring, so I knew everybody on a personal basis. When you have a 50-person plant, you truly have connections with everybody. And so in this plant, we were doing a project for one of the big auto manufacturers. And part of that project, part of that timeline, was to put pace cars together for the Daytona 500. Like a typical plant launch, we were having challenges. A lot of them around design, a lot of them around parts. So our timeline became very shortened on this particular project. And like Cindy said, some of the lowest lows, you look back on those now, and they were some of the best of times, because you really saw people come together, people do extraordinary things. And in this particular instance, our team pulled an all-nighter. I mean, most of our plant either worked 24 plus hours or basically went home and came back to get these cars put together for the customer to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and drive them out of the plant. And I didn't have to ask anybody to do that. Everybody volunteered because they were so locked into the project. They wanted us to be successful, and we were all a team there. And we look back on that the next weekend. We actually had a big celebration at the plant. We got TV set up, and we had all kinds of food and family there, and we watched our cars on the track. And it was so gratifying to see what your hands were on and your blood, sweat, and tears, you know, went into actually on TV. And we were all high-fiving each other, and we just had a great celebration. So that was, to me, one of the most special moments that I could share.
Wow, that's an amazing memory. Thanks so much for sharing, and how rewarding. So the next question, shifting gears a little bit, is actually asking about what does pay look like in a manufacturing career? So Monica, would you mind expanding a little bit more about that and some of the benefits in a manufacturing career and at Allegion?
Sure. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, so manufacturing is a wonderful place to start because, you know, there are different types of opportunities. You can join our assembly area making almost $16 an hour. You can join our materials or shipping area making almost $17 an hour. And this is with little experience. As you gain experience, you know, you can find other roles. We've got team lead opportunities, we've got machine operator opportunities, and then that even leads you to, you know, the supervisor world. So there's always career growth in manufacturing, and then that will in turn increase your pay.
Thank you so much, Monica. Appreciate it. And the next question we have is asking about operations throughout the pandemic. So Jared, I'll come to you with this one. How has Indy Operations been able to continue operating throughout the pandemic? Can you expand on that?
Sure, thanks for the question. That's a great one. I'm really proud of the work that we've done to keep the doors open for the employees. It's been a challenge for sure. But we've implemented a lot of protocols that I think have kept people safe, and things like self-checks, right? Symptom self-checks. So when people are at home, we're asking them to ask themselves some questions before they come in. Do you have a fever, cough, runny nose, things like that, and then to notify us and let us know if there's anything going on. And then we can help guide them through that process. We've got temperature screenings at every entrance. Obviously, we've done the mask protocols. We've had social distancing throughout the pandemic. And many areas, just to ensure that our folks were safe, we kept plexiglass up to separate individuals. I'm thinking we've got hand sanitizer and, surface sanitizer everywhere throughout the plant so people could make sure that they're keeping themselves and the work areas clean. And then as the vaccine started to roll out, I'm proud of the company and what we did there. We offered $100 incentives for every employee that went out and got vaccinated. So people were able to get some money, in their pocket, despite everything going on with the COVID challenges. Additionally, as the pandemic went on, we actually had opportunities raffles for those that were vaccinated to win up to $10,000. Here in Indy, we had 2 people in the plants win $5,000, and that was really exciting. I know the question wasn't asked of me, but that was a great day being able to share that with them. To walk out to somebody and tell them, hey, you've got $5,000 coming your way. It'll be on your next paycheck. So overall, I couldn't be more proud of the work that our teams have done to really step up and make sure that we had a safe place for our employees to come and work. And just as equally as important, we were able to provide them with stable income and keep the doors open when many other places, they weren't necessarily able to do that.
Thank you so much, Jared. We did get one more question here. And Jared, I think I'll come back to you with this one. The question is, if we are hired at Allegion and then decide to take college classes, is it possible to keep the job at Allegion while continuing with those school classes?
Yeah, absolutely. We have many employees currently that are doing that. So they've started their career here, they've gone to work. And then they've taken advantage of that $8,000 tuition reimbursement that we have. And in many cases, they'll take 1 or maybe 2, sometimes 3 courses in the evening, after work. And will continue to keep their job and then go take some courses at night. They just spread it out over a couple of years versus packing it all in at the same time. I hope that answers the question. If not, let me know.
Thank you so much, Jared. Appreciate the response. And that is all that we have for Q&A today. So thank you so much for your engaging questions. Really appreciate it. And at this time, we do want to share with you some special remarks from a few of our elected officials from the great state of Indiana, beginning with this letter from Congressman Andre Carson. Dear friends, thank you for inviting me to participate in Allegion's annual Manufacturing Day. I regret that previously scheduled events prevent me from being in attendance. From building cars and planes to assembling microchips and computers, America has always been a leader in manufacturing. Our manufacturers have been invaluable to our stability and growth throughout our nation's history, and the health of our economy relies on the hard work they give day in and day out. As we look to the future, I am excited by the interest of young people to pursue careers in America's time-honored tradition of manufacturing. I encourage them to continue its rich legacy by not only looking to the past, but by embracing the future and seeking to be trailblazers of progress and innovation. On behalf of the 7th Congressional District of Indiana, I extend my thanks to all the students, community leaders, and Allegion employees here today for taking their time to celebrate our accomplishments in manufacturing while helping to advance its future. I hope you all have a wonderful 2021 Manufacturing Day. And now, please enjoy the remainder of these remarks.
Hello, Hoosier students. I am Indiana Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch, and happy 2021 Manufacturing Day. I am so happy that Allegion brought you all and myself together to celebrate Hoosier manufacturing and inspire future generations to join the manufacturing industry. Manufacturing covers such a wide and ever-evolving aspect of our local communities and our state's economy. Just last month, I was in Carmel to join the Purdue Manufacturing Extension Partnership and Telemon Robotics to celebrate the next Digital Manufacturing Technology Center. It features the latest in custom automation platforms, collaborative robotics, end-of-arm tooling, 3D printing, and scanning, and much more. This technology center is one example of how companies are innovating and accepting advanced technologies to meet the demands of modern manufacturing. And here in our great state, manufacturing is crucial to our growing economy. In fact, as of August 2021, we ranked third in the nation in the number of manufacturing jobs added over the past year. We are also second in the nation for adding jobs to this sector since the pandemic started. Overall, 25% of our state's economic output is based in manufacturing. I love touring all the different businesses across the Hoosier state, seeing what Hoosiers are building and creating, and all the trailblazing paths our businesses are taking to expand operations, which is where today's students come in. We need more people to meet the demands of our employers and keep our workforce and economy going strong. Students interested in a career in manufacturing and working at one of Indiana's 9,000 manufacturing operations should start directing their studies towards the industry now. Look for different STEM classes in your high school. If you're in a vocational school, I encourage you to look at our Next Level Jobs program, where you can potentially receive free job certification training. Completing one of these programs can put you on the path to a career in advanced manufacturing, biopharmaceutical manufacturing, or a number of other careers in the industry. Then also look at your local manufacturing companies to see if they offer internships or an apprenticeship. I know many companies, including the folks at Allegion, offer students opportunities to get hands-on training at an early stage and even tuition reimbursement to help attract strong workers like we know you all will one day soon be. Each one of you here for Manufacturing Day is crucial to our state's future success, as the governor and I work with partners across the state to develop a 21st century skilled and ready workforce. Thank you to you all and to Allegion for giving me the opportunity to share some words with you as we celebrate manufacturing as part of National Manufacturing Month. It is an honor to serve each of you along with your friends and family as Indiana's Lieutenant Governor, and I hope you've enjoyed your time with Allegion today. I hope to see each of you in person, maybe even at one of our Hoosier manufacturers, one day down the road.
Hello, Senator Mike Braun here. Wish I could be there with you all in person as you celebrate Manufacturing Day, hosted by Allegion in Indianapolis. As one of the few businessmen in the Senate, I know the importance of quality manufacturing at the state and local level. I got my start in manufacturing with Meyer Body Company in my hometown of Jasper before growing that company and transitioning it to an automotive accessory distribution company. With approximately 8,500 manufacturing operations, Indiana is the #1 state in the country for manufacturing job growth, with 1 in 5 Hoosiers entering advanced manufacturing careers. On my annual 92 county trek across the state, I speak with manufacturers every week. I know there are some students watching today. I really would like to encourage you to consider an apprenticeship or going to trade school. These options can be much more affordable than a 4-year college degree and immediately yield high-paying careers instead of taking on the high student debt and limited job prospects that come with some degrees. All schools should consider embracing CTE and shop classes to help manufacturers and other employers in Indiana continue to grow. Thank you for allowing me to say a few words about the importance of manufacturing in our state, and I will continue to work to help manufacturers grow in Indiana as long as I am in the U.S. Senate. And if there's ever anything I can do to be helpful to you, please contact my office. Keep up the great work.
Hello, I'm Senator Todd Young. I want to thank Allegion for inviting me to celebrate Manufacturing Day, a special event to highlight Indiana's economic engine. From vehicles to medical devices to life-saving drugs, Hoosiers across our great state of Indiana make products that are used around the world. As you continue to embark on your virtual field trip, I know each of you will learn about the unique job opportunities within the manufacturing sector, which has been Indiana's bread and butter for decades. Unlike a majority of other states, Indiana is accelerating towards specializing in product creation and R&D. As a result, sectors like life sciences and advanced manufacturing, which are already staples of Indiana's manufacturing base, will continue to grow. As students, you have the opportunity to pick your path, and it will be important for you to understand the industry's skills and talents. Some of these talents, like robotics or coding, might pique your interest, and you might discover that the hobbies you enjoy now could lead to a fulfilling career. Today's field trip will be an excellent opportunity to have a glimpse into how 500,000 Hoosier manufacturers keep our economy moving. I hope you enjoy learning alongside your peers and understanding how the United States relies on Indiana's innovative industries. It's an honor to represent you all in the United States Senate. Have a great day.
Hello, everyone. This is Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogson. Today is Manufacturing Day, a day to celebrate the industry that brings us just about everything we see that doesn't come out of the ground. The built world we inhabit is full of the fruits of manufacturing, and that's worth celebrating. We also take today to remind students of the great jobs available in manufacturing that we need filled. By 2028, some predict as many as 2.5 million jobs could go unfilled in manufacturing. Jobs that are skilled, challenging, and well paid. Luckily, all you students spending time with Allegion today are getting a head start. You'll be hearing from speakers about all sorts of opportunities available in the field of manufacturing. But make no mistake, they're just as lucky to have you with them, because all those jobs that we'll need filled in the future, yours is the generation that will do it. So enjoy today's celebration of America's manufacturing workforce. And be sure to pay close attention, because someday you may join them. Thank you.
I'm Kevin Brinegar, President of the Indiana Chamber of Commerce. Indiana's proud manufacturing tradition is one we would love to see many of you consider as a career. The importance of Hoosier manufacturers cannot be overstated. They provide the jobs and create the goods that sustain Hoosiers across the state, and the products make their way throughout the nation and around the world. Many manufacturers are the economic backbone of their communities, and they offer excellent employment opportunities. Many offer advancement opportunities and continued training, as well as highly competitive salary and benefits. Hoosier manufacturers employees take home an average wage of nearly $80,000 per year. The beauty about manufacturing is in both the variety of products and careers. Indiana is home to companies that make all kinds of things, from veteran manufacturers and products that have stood the test of time to budding entrepreneurs with their latest innovations. In my role as president of the Indiana Chamber, I get the opportunity to see firsthand how those manufacturers are embracing the technology that allows them to retain the competitive edge needed to compete globally. Modern manufacturing is about innovative processes and enhanced production. 3D printing, the Internet of Things, augmented and virtual reality, and artificial intelligence are some of the revolutionary technologies used in Hoosier manufacturing today. The evolution and strength of our manufacturing sector has helped the state's economy thrive, and it will continue to do so with your generation. We look forward to hopefully one day welcoming you as part of the Indiana Chamber through your work at a manufacturing company.
We're looking for talented people like you to join us and make a career in manufacturing. Help us spread the word that manufacturing is vibrant and valuable. We encourage you to participate in STEM and technical educational opportunities. We hope that you will check back with us for opportunities, and we thank you all for your time and attention today.